joined today by Bonnie's women's soccer coach, Steve Brdarski, on the season opening weekend. And Coach, you come into this season with a blend on your roster. And by that I mean experienced players and freshmen, just about a 50-50 mix. How do you view that mix coming into the start of the season?
You know, it's been a good mix so far. You know, we've had a really good preseason with our returning players really taking a leadership role. We have some players in that group that not only are leaders, but they do big things for us on the field. So I think that, coupled with the idea that it's another year of it's another preseason together with me. You know, last year I think it was, you know, there was a lot of feeling out, you know, and you know, their first time together. I think they know now what I expect from them and what to do, and we have a much better relationship on the training field, on the game field. So I think they've been instrumental in helping this younger group. And the younger group has been doing really well, actually. They've you know, put together a class from all over, and they've come in and they've given us, I think, a good bit of energy. And I think they've revitalized, you know, some of the things that we've done in training, you know, in just terms of, you know, being new players. You know, they're in there, they're tackling hard, they're doing as much as they can to help the group out, fighting for spots and fighting for positions. And there's some girls there that, you know, we expect to come in and help us out right away. And then there's some girls also, I think, that, you know, will find roles throughout the year. But it's been a for me as a coach, good blend of players, and I think their work ethic that they've showed in the preseason as a group. So the team chemistry has been great, but the way that they work together, I think, has been pretty instrumental in terms of, I think, how the season's going to go for us.
The back end, you lost a lot on defense to graduation, including the goalkeeper Megan Junker, who was instrumental in the late season run you had last year. Let's talk about your defense and how you replace those players and how you view just defense in general going into this year.
You know, like I think it's I think a lot of different coaches have different mentalities or ideas. I think it's really hard to replace anybody, you know, because of the unique personalities that people have and whatnot. And you know, the new popular word is reloading. You know, and I think in the goalkeeper position, you know, we're a little bit blessed and lucky because of the fact that, you know, T has played games. You know, she almost played half the games last year. She split some time with Megan. I think they did a good job of pushing each other, and so I think she's ready for whatever we expect from her. Couple that with the idea that we have a freshman goalkeeper in Beth Moore, who's been training pretty well, and then Tiffany Weiskup. I think the three of them have, you know, again, put us in a position where we're going to be okay there. You know, and I think they're, you know, as the year goes on, you're going to actually see those players excelling with the more game minutes that they get. For us, though, in the back, I think that's a big question, though. You know, like we have two new players that will be playing center back. You know, with graduation with Taylor graduating and Alyssa graduating, and they were a good pair. You know, between the two of them and Megan, they found a way to win games at the end of the season. So that'll probably be our biggest question. You know, how we answer that with the players that we have. We have some young players, some returning players, players that we worked with in the spring. So you know, we know what we need to expect. You know, it's just a matter of executing now and being efficient.
In the midfield, I guess it really starts with Brittany Charles, at least in the conversation in terms of the returning players, just because of her numbers last year, 10 assists. So let's talk a little about Brittany and what she brings as far as controlling the game from the midfield position, and then who else will step forward and help her.
Well, you know, a lot of people talk, you know, about the stats that Brittany has. One of the things that's unique about her is she floats around for us. She does so many things. There's so many things that she's expected to do for us. So yeah, you know, she finds a way to get the, you know, the big assist, or, you know, find the big play, whether it be with her passing, that we appreciate. But she's actually a very, very good 1v1 player. Like you know, she scored a great goal against VCU. I could see her scoring more goals this year. But what I've been impressed with her, at least in the upcoming weeks here, has been her defensive work. You know, and that's one of those things where, you know, I think once you become a specialist of some kind and people rely on you to attack, you start to lose maybe different parts of your game. And she's done the opposite. So, you know, we're going to rely on her to do that. You know, you're going to see her on the left side of the field, the right side of the field. You'll see her in the midfield. You'll see her up top. She's going to be pretty versatile. I think the idea that Molly is kind of that ringleader right there in the middle of the field for us, that's a big help for us. You know, she played really, really well. Scored a lot of goals last year in playing kind of a dual role, whether being up top or in the midfield. But she's found a spot so far right now in the preseason in the midfield, and worked extremely hard. I think she's used to the players around her, and I think she'll go on to do what she finished up doing last year, and she'll score some goals and find a way to help his team in the middle of the field. And then up top, going into that, we have Lauren Hill. She ended the year perfectly. She's been dealing with a couple different things here in preseason, just little things, but she's such a hard worker. Like that girl, a lot of times we sometimes play and leave her all by herself, and she's the person that puts the team on the back and can do what she's asked. So I expect her to have a big year too in terms of scoring goals and finding ways to help the team win in the front part of the field.
Talk a little bit about the opening of the season, which starts with a Friday night game at Buffalo, then Sunday in Bradford against Kent State, and then we could even go ahead to next Wednesday when we finally get to play our first home game on the newly renovated McGraw-Jennings Field against Niagara. What do you as a coach look at those opening games, given the fact you've only played one exhibition game, and what do you hope to get out of that early season stretch?
Again, we compared to last season. So last year we got off a little bit to a slow start and picked up come the A-10 schedule. We'd still like to do the same in the A-10 that we did last year, but I like our team to get a little bit of an earlier start. We're going to use these opening games to hopefully develop a philosophy, a mentality defensively. We talked a little bit earlier about some of the players that we're losing. That's really what I'm looking for in these first 3 games. How can we get set up, and how are our players adjusting to the new roles maybe that they're looking at. We're playing some good teams that have some different styles, and I think they'll get us ready for later on this season. But if we can start off well defensively, find ways to start scoring some goals, and get some of these new players minutes, I think that's exactly what we'll need, for this first opening stretch of the season.
Coach, thanks very much, and good luck.
Thank you very much. Go Bunnies.